Hello YouTube. Yakutia presents even more enigmas and mysteries, and you can see a number of them in my channel, paranormal and otherwise. There is a graveyard in Yakutia called the Boral Mammoth Graveyard. There is a fantastic number of bones in one place, and apparently there is a mystery related to it. So, the Boral River, you won't find any seashells or beautiful pebbles there, but you will come across tusks and skulls sticking out of the ground. Welcome to the largest graveyard of ancient giants on the planet. Paleontologists found thousands of bones there, each with its own story. And there is one big mystery above all this. Why did so many animals die in one place? Scientists became aware of the Boral graveyard back in 1947, but it was not until 1970 that the first expedition went there. They estimated the size and approximate volume of the graveyard and scanned the surrounding area with a magnifying glass. And of course, they drew conclusions about the reasons for its appearance. The Boral graveyard is located on the banks of the river of the same name, so the river became the main suspect. The animals came to the shores or swampy old trees to eat the lush, by thunder standards, mind you, vegetation. But the springs with warm water which flooded the permafrost made the soil unreliable. The soil could not support the weight of the mammoths, and they sank into the moist soil or fell from the crumbling banks into the river. But lighter animals passed through there without any problems. But the work has only just begun. For 39 years, paleontologists have been excavating, describing, and cataloging the bones of the animals that they found. In total, more than 8,500 bones were extracted from the Yakut land, 99.5% of which belong to mammoths. That's at least 150 individuals. Unfortunately, some of the bones were destroyed by time, and some were taken away by smugglers. And some were even processed by ancient people. In a nearby Paleolithic site, split bones and mammoth tusks were found, from which tips and even whole spears were made. According to the first estimates of the expeditions, the campsite appeared after the appearance of the Mammoth graveyard, and the first radiocarbon measurements confirmed this. But last year, a team of paleontologists from 3 institutes of higher learning conducted 88 measurements using new techniques and modern equipment. The conclusions turned out to be unexpected. The peaks of activity in the campsite correspond to the peaks of active burial of mammoths. So this graveyard is the work of human hands. For about 1,000 years, a certain tribe of hunters came here to hunt mammoths. The meat and skins were cut off, and the remains were dumped into an old village located near the riverbed, but not for the purpose of recycling. In warm and calm water, connective tissues quickly rotted, and bones with tusks could be extracted without much effort. After that, they were used for construction, weapons, and bone carving. Evidence of human involvement in the creation of the Boral Mammoth graveyard can also be found in other similar sites. In particular, a detailed study of the massive accumulation of bones of these animals, which archaeologists discovered in the lower reaches of the Yana River in Yakutia, that were also formed during the period of active human activity in this territory. The woolly mammoth served as an important source of various useful materials for ancient people. For example, tusks were used to make tools, fat and meat served as food. Studies showed that bones and skulls with tusks were placed in places where connective tissues decompose well due to the activity of microorganisms, which was important for the procedure of extracting tusks and preparing bone remains for further use. The accumulation of mammoth bones near the Boral and Yana rivers is very similar. At the same time, we cannot say that people lived in the relevant territories all the time. The mammoth cemetery graveyards were formed. They were present there regularly, most likely living and returning, according to Vladimir Pitulko, project manager, doctor of historical sciences, senior researcher at the Institute of History of the Russian Academy of Sciences, at the Center for Arctic Research at the Peter the Great Museum of Anthropology and Ethnography, Kunstkamera, of the Russian Academy of Sciences. I've described this very strange museum, macabre in many ways, and at least esoteric. You can see the video in my channel. I think you'll find it fascinating. The results of the study, supported by a grant from the Russian Science Foundation, were published in a journal Quaternary Science Reviews. Just imagine, in 1,000 years, human beings have gone from steel swords and windmills to hypersonic missiles and fast neutron nuclear reactors, and NI, of course. And our distant ancestors roamed the same region for 1,000 years and regularly returned to the same campsite for the sake of extracting mammoth meat and bones. So mankind probably will never return to this level of stability. No change for 1,000 years. We shall see. But Yakutia presents a number of enigmas and secrets, from those strange radioactive cauldrons to gigantic birds, predatory birds people see and experience in the skies over Yakutia, to much more. And you can see it all in my channel. Just look under the Yakutia playlist. You will find it, or do the word search. And I'll bring you more stories about this fascinating, cold, distant, and rich land. If you like my research, please support through the links you'll find in the description to this video. Please subscribe to my channel and make sure you're notified. Thank you.